What's wrong?
You saw it. We're moonlighting. Well, not moonlighting. We're sunsetting IDG on the street. It's no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Hi there. Welcome to another episode of IDG on the Street, the last installment of IDG on the Street. You're probably asking yourself why. Also, hey, Amir.
What's
Amir
up, brother?
Odom's here today.
Hi. Hey.
The reason why I am sunsetting, and we are sunsetting, Gina agreed with me, IDG on the Street is because I'm not completely married to it. I didn't want to make it political, but then I have fun when it is political, but I've realized there are other people who do it a lot better than me. Guys like James Klug, Sav Hernandez, Elijah Schaefer, who else? Alex Stein, Primetime 99 does a really good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those things are suited for, Tucker Carlson, and just YouTube is full of people who do these man on the street interviews. And it's not something I want to focus on. And I just don't want to go out there and wreck people and own people and get into altercations like you will soon see.
Dear Lord.
Camera off if you want to remain in one piece.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try that. Also, this is a public street.
But yeah, this is the last iteration of IDG on the Street. If there were people who predicted this, hats off, touche to you.
You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
Let's talk about why Amir is here and why you're not actually just seeing an IDG on the Street episode.
Mm-hmm.
We guessed the summation of what happened was that we think that police radios, police interference, transmissions, the music, everything was interfering with our wireless microphone system.
Yeah, it was
Right.
It was pretty brutal. It sounded. We couldn't hear it, but cameraman could, and it was a little different.
Yeah, and Adriano kept on saying there's something wrong with the audio. There's something wrong with the audio. At the beginning of it, before we got to the really kind of like the center of activity on Broadway, it was okay.
Yeah, it was way better.
Yeah.
Especially beforehand, like way down the street. But as soon as we got more to the actual like Pride parade,
Yes.
it started really messing up bad.
Speaking of Pride, I did get the Gay for Guns shirt. It finally came in. It came in Saturday night, the
Guess who
night of
didn't
the
get
parade.
one?
Huh?
Guess who didn't get one?
You didn't get one.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got. Wait, did you say that you'd like it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have the medium at the house.
No way.
Yeah, next time we hang out, I'll give it to you.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, I was going to send it back because I was like, I've got this trans one thing. I don't think, honestly, I'll just Sharpie the trans thing out. It's a
I
cool
don't even know
shirt.
what happened to my shirt. I think I threw it away.
It's in my
I want
trunk.
to burn it.
It's in my trunk. So let's give like a little preamble of what happened before we actually get into looking at the video clips. We'll do a play-by-play while we're watching the video clips, but it's pretty funny because we got there.
Mm-hmm.
It was what, 9:30 by the time that we got there,
Pretty much, yeah, like 9:30.
and it was already like 86 degrees or something
was-
crazy.
Hot. Like
It-
I was turning purple. Y'all think I'm black now? No.
It was-
hot.
It was. Oh, Amber Alert! Oh, that's your phone.
Mother.
Got an Amber Alert. There's a child on the loose.
Black on the civic. Go get black on the civic. Where's the black on the civic? Man, we gotta save the baby. Come on.
It's the blue alert. It's some dude shot a cop and he's on the run.
You motherfucker. The next one will kill you. Oh, son of a bitch. You shot me in the ass.
Whoa, where?
In Hendersonville.
Where's that?
Like,
North, right?
yeah.
Oh, boy. But yeah, back to it. It was super hot that day, and I think by like 10:30, it was easily over 90 degrees. We saw a lot of people passing out.
Lots.
I did render some version of aid to someone who did pass out. We
Yes.
got that on video.
And then a hero comes along with
And people throwing up.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
You will see this later. Someone literally could not stomach the conversation we were having, got up casually, went to the garbage and said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to throw up." And then proceeded to. I walked away from the conversation at that point. She was, like 10 feet away from us, but I was like,
yeah.
okay, thank you. Then before that, we got verbally accosted.
Yeah.
Which I want to talk about, guys, because I posted the clip onto Instagram that you saw, and people were like, "Oh, dude, like leave them alone. What are you doing, man?" Like people who don't follow us.
Right.
Yeah, like way to be an asshole and shove cameras in people's faces. Adriana was what, 10 feet away from those people?
At max.
At
most, really.
At most,
10
yeah.
feet away. The family, little couple was over there, and I was like, hey, I'm going to ask them a question real quick. Walk over, and yeah, they just got really irritated.
You'll see the clip.
Yeah, you'll see
Yeah,
it.
it's insane. So guys, when you are in public, especially at a public event on a public sidewalk, you have the freedom to ask not to be filmed. You have the freedom to walk away from someone who is filming you. Unfortunately, you don't have the ability to stop that person from recording you if you're in public. You can walk away. You can say, hey, don't film me. I'm not comfortable. The person can reply back to you, which we did. This is a public street. When you put yourself in public, you are putting yourself at risk to be photographed or filmed. It's just what it is. Now, if they were in a restaurant and we walked inside the restaurant and they said, hey, I don't want you filming us, then there's a First Amendment violation there. I'm sure you can't do that. It's a private business. The business might have rules of not allowing people to photograph or record video in there. Then at that point, we wouldn't have done that. But we also got a threat of violence against us, so we have that on camera. And that's one of the reasons why it's good to record in public, so that if someone does threaten you, you have evidence.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
To press charges if you choose not to. We didn't. It's funny because you were walking away.
I love how he threatened you, but not me. Like he didn't want to go.
No,
into,
he
like,
threatened Adriano.
Oh, him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On the camera, duh.
Yeah, we'll see it later. But yeah, it was hot, and we stayed there for what, max 2 hours?
Yeah, the time got away from us. We just didn't realize after all the conversations we were having. But yeah, it was like about 2 hours and 100 degrees.
And what did we do? We did over 10,000 steps in 5 miles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
Insane. Just the things we saw. We might as well start looking at some video, right? And just kind of showing people what we saw. That is the point of this video. It's not going to be a long episode or anything like that. It's a sad episode, of course, because we're sunsetting and discontinuing the IDG on the street.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Series. But yeah, let's look at some stuff here. And look, I'm screen recording so people can now see what we're looking at. Let's start. Should we just start earlier on and see what happens?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Things might get slow because it's recording, but oh no.
I see someone from high school. Really? I bet.
What were you saying? Oh, you said you think you would see someone from high school.
Oh, yeah.
Let's pause this right here, only because this street is the staging area for all the corporate sponsors of Pride.
Yes. We were a little confused at first. We were like, oh, well, the property's already down here. But everyone was grouped up by brands. To get T-Mobile people over here, Bridgestone people over here. And it was
CMA, T-Mobile. Or you said T-Mobile.
There was a ton of brands.
Yeah.
Like a ton.
Yes. And we said to ourselves, like, this is not a celebration of people's individuality. This is a corporate takeover.
No, so many logos. This
Oh,
is a
yeah.
corporate takeover to just pander.
Just pander.
How do you do, fellow kids?
They know I'm not trans, right? Like the people had to have known, but they can't say anything.
They can't say anything.
That's the beauty of it. The question that I was asking people the most there, I had my trans shirt on, and what I posed them a very serious moral question. I said, hey guys, with abortion, I feel that millions of future trans kids will be killed. How do you feel about that? We had a couple people go, oh.
They were a little stumped.
Never thought about it like that. That's a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk about the destruction and elimination of people who are like them, I guess they kind of
Then they kinda get
empathize with that
offensive.
more.
Yeah, then they kind of get like, oh, well, I do feel something for those trans kids that
Yes.
we are killing.
Right. Or we would be killing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see what else you have to say here, Amir.
This is all this is at this point. It has nothing to do with lesbian, gays, and straight. At the end of the day, lesbians and gays are being erased by trans people.
Oh, yeah. I started talking about
Yeah,
how
expand more on that.
a lot of this, everything that's going on now is all focused on the TQ+. And they've hijacked this movement, and everything's having to do with the representation or of sexuality. And it's quite frustrating to see that all these trans people are coming in and demanding that kids see drag kids, demanding that they read to kids, demanding that we allow the kids to transition. And in that clip specifically, I was talking about how trans people are erasing what it means to be gay and lesbian. Because if you say trans women are women and you say trans men are men, you're erasing what it means to be a man and a woman, which it dumbs down to sex. Sexuality, root word sex. What's the difference between sexes?
a penis. Girls have a vagina.
I cry at movies. Am I a woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I get in touch with my feminine, more nurturing side, more compassionate side. But also, I think it's a masculine quality of a man to cry, to show emotion, to be vulnerable.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? That's a sign of strength to me. Now, obviously, if a guy is crying all the time, probably not all that masculine in different types of situations, but you can understand it. If a man witnesses the birth of his firstborn child and he's bawling like a little baby, like a tiny woman, that's masculine.
I'd agree.
That's high T energy right there, which I've been labeled as. Mike's got high T. All right, let's keep on looking at videos here. So people were cheering because someone ran across the street holding up a flag.
Yeah.
And what I said was, this is like the do the bare minimum parade.
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do is just show up and you get applauded. That's why I feel like there's such a narcissistic edge to this thing that you don't see anywhere else.
Most definitely.
Look at me. Accept me. If you don't, you're a bigot. Me. Look all about me, how I feel, how I identify. What? I don't care. That's how we walked away from this thing. We walked away from this thing going, I don't care.
Yeah.
Why should we care?
Like, why should anyone have to care about who you have sex with, how you dress, your hairstyles, how you act, what your personality is? Just do you and shut up.
Shut up.
Understand why we need this. I was pissed by the end of this.
He was. Amir was.
A tirade. I just don't understand why gays feel the need to have this giant parade and me attitude. It's frustrating. It's so annoying to see these type of people hijack everything. Everything's turning gay, and it's just like, go away.
I want a Father's Day parade. I want a Mother's Day parade. Even, 4th of July parades don't have the same type of energy. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Strange.
And speaking of 4th of July and flags, I make this point. This is where the audio goes in and out. Basically, what I was saying, if you have trouble hearing the audio, was I was saying not once did we see an American flag. No. Not one. Did you see one? I didn't see one. No, maybe on the bars of like the honky tonk.
The closest thing I saw was someone wearing red, white, and blue.
Right.
But you're a problem.
But I said it's a colonialist, imperialist movement, the LGBTQ plus AIA movement. And if it all flies under the banner of one main flag, of course, there are other little countries like the pan flag, which we later discuss is
that's a
the pan flag is pretty nice. It's the colors. They just vibe with each other. But if you are unaccepting of this flag, they will conquer you.
Oh, yeah.
They will ruin you.
And if you are part of that group, for example, I am gay and I don't like all the pride stuff, they say I'm a self-hating gay and I hate myself and I don't like any of this. And
you are excommunicated.
Like, just because I don't, I'm with that flag. There's an American flag right there.
Yeah.
I'm with that flag. That's the only flag we need.
America!
I did play Hose Mad. Say gay. You better say gay.
Hose Mad.
I don't think, did you notice anyone looking at me like, where's that music coming from? Where's the Hose Mad music coming from? I felt bad. There were kids right here. I shouldn't have been playing Hose Mad, but they also shouldn't have been at the parade. No one caught on to the Hose Mad.
Hose mad, hose mad, hose mad.
And no one.
This was, a day after Roe v. Wade, so. A lot of fatness.
Oh my God. I was just going to mention that. There's
a lot of big bodies.
There were so many obese people.
Funny enough, apart from the girl throwing up, it didn't smell horrible.
It didn't smell horrible, and it was very clean.
Yeah. Well, that's probably, a big part of Nashville, the city itself. Nashville's not a very dirty city. No. Broadway's disgusting. Yep. But for whatever reason, I saw people just constantly picking stuff up. So good for them. Good for you, Nashville.
I'll give them that.
You're on a public sidewalk.
You don't have my permission to use this. You're on a public sidewalk. Again, if you're in public and you haven't said, hey, what is this for? Or I'd rather not be filmed. If you say to me, I'd rather not be filmed, I'm not going to film you just because you don't want to be there. So what's the point? But when you are willingly engaging with someone wearing a microphone
with a camera
pointed at your face, what do you think is happening? Sorry, guy. I thought my retort was quick, but yeah, I think you'd found an old couple you wanted to ask a question to about it. How do you feel about the kids seeing all the titties and butties, and then where is that? Oh yeah, this lady here Look at me, you know, hanging out right over there with the with my trans rights or human rights shirts. And then boom, Adriano notices it. Lady was out. I run over.
Very aware.
Very aware. She's clearly passed out. So I'm like, here, take this water. Watch me run. Boom. Lightning speed. Lightning speed. I don't want to show her like convulsing and all that stuff. But luckily, she turned out to be okay because when I came back with a police officer who asked her if she needed medical assistance, she said no. And I was concerned for a second because I thought her friend dipped her bandana into my water. But then I saw that she poured it.
Yeah.
She said, I poured it. It's good. I don't want to drink like passed out bandana water.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, man on the street. So, you know, that was our first person passing out. I think you just go over and talk to these people. And then that's right. Okay, yeah, here's where it is. So the audio is going to go in and out, but this is the full context of what happens because I just posted a clip.
And notice, go back how I just look over and I see them. I'm going to go ask them a question. Like
Right. And look how far. So right now we're about, 15 feet from them? Adriano stays about 10 feet away from them. So to all the people that were commenting, don't put a camera in someone's face, he had a wide angle lens. He was staying like 10 feet away. Yeah, the audio is going in and out, but.
At this point, I'm asking them, hey, do you guys want to can I ask you a question?
You said right there, can I ask you a quick question? She says no, and then sees the camera. And as soon as she sees the camera,
I'm a documenter.
and then you're saying, I'm just documenting. Yep. And then she says, you better shut that shit off.
And then she got angry. I don't know. I walked up and I was like, hey, how's your day going? They're like, good, good.
Yeah.
And then she lost eye contact with me, saw the mic, and was like, no. And then looked at the camera, like putting things together.
And then her husband, who looks like he's about a chromosome short, says, shut that camera off if you want it to remain in one piece. That is a threat of violence, threat of bodily injury, a threat of destroying property, private property that is ours. So I immediately stepped in and I said, hold up, son. Okay, hold up.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try that. Also, this is a public street. Okay?
Amir immediately walks away.
I'm just like,
the funny thing is, like, you walked away immediately, and I thought Adriano would at least, like, you know, kind of put down the camera and you walk away too, but he stayed on them
because I knew us three, and I'm like, this guy's just lost him. He has no idea who he's talking to.
And what's even worse, as soon as I said you're on a public street, and I'd like the first thing I said, I said I'd like to see you try. Also, you're on a public street. Look what he does. Abandons his wife. Leaves his wife. So to all the people that were like, yeah, threatening a big man like that, that's good. I don't. People will be able to see these messages. Our dishwasher's leaking. Yeah, like, look like that guy could have handled you. Like, he walked away. He left his wife. Who knows what we could have done to her?
Exactly. Just abandoned her.
But she's still arguing. She's like, we're just trying to enjoy the parade. And I was like, that's fine and all. He just asked you a question.
And that's when I jumped in and I'm like, listen, we're just being nice.
The way he reacted is totally unacceptable. The way he reacted
Throw up my okay.
is totally unacceptable. This is a one-party state on a public street. We can film whomever we
Said we can film whoever we want. We have the right to be here. I almost felt like a First Amendment, what do they call, auditor, when they go to like police stations and film.
Like, actually,
sir. we are practicing an activity that is protected by the First Amendment. I hate that the audio. And then for everybody that was like, oh, why were you accusing her of being a transphobe? I got really into the part that I was playing.
He did. He was playing as a trans man.
Right. I had to be a trans man. Yes. No, trans man. Yes, trans man. It makes sense because I appear as a man.
Yes.
So if I was a trans woman.
No, you're a trans woman. See, this is stupid.
This is what I'm saying. You could be anything you want. I'm queer. I was presenting as a queer person.
This is so stupid.
And then she starts filming me like that's like, and yeah, film us.
She's filming him and I'm talking to the dude. I'm like, listen, you're just being an ass for no reason.
Yeah.
Your whole demeanor
And then
changed.
I said, he made a threat against my cameraman and he's like, you're right, I did. Watch.
filming if you want to keep that thing in one piece.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is totally uncalled for.
It's uncalled for. It is totally uncalled for. And I was like, ma'am, are you a transphobe? And it kind of ended right there. I gave her, we walked away. I was like, how dare you? It's like, she's like, we don't want to be filmed. I don't want my picture taken.
It's like at that
And
point,
then Amir pulled
I was
me
just like,
away.
we just got to go because he's just dumb at this point. Like if they would have, when I walked up and they see Adriana, they see me, and they're like, hey, actually, we're having a good day, but I don't want to have.
We just don't want
I don't want to be filmed. Just kind of, we're just chilling.
You would have said, okay, walked away.
I would have walked away.
I would have even said, okay, sorry. Have a great day.
We did that.
We did that.
And we did that. There were people like, I don't want to have a conversation right now. I'm like, okay, cool. Bye.
Cool. Thank
But
you.
when you start threatening, when you start cussing, I'm just like,
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Then we walk further down this street. Yeah, this was an interesting group. This was the girl who threw up on us. I wish the audio was in this conversation just because the woman on the left said something along the lines of, I would much rather kill the baby in my womb than deliver it to a horrible world or something like that.
That's when I was like, oh,
in front of her
gone.
kids. In front of her kids. Those are her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a big girl with purple hair, and I asked her the question of trans abortion, and we're having the conversation, and then the mother started talking. That one of her older friends was talking as well, and she literally got up and threw up. She could not stomach the conversation.
Projectile, like I was in shock.
And you know what? I think she was fine before it. I honestly think it was our conversation that did that to her. I really do. That's how messed up these kids are.
The only other thing I can think about is the heat, and all the bigger people were passing out.
Yeah, but she was drinking water.
That's fair. I don't know. It was abrupt. Like the way she just got up.
Just got up. Well, she calmly walked over. I watched it because she literally was standing holding the garbage, and she said, "Mom, I'm going to throw up now." Like that. So super calm. And when she said that, I said, "Oh, time to go." And I heard it, and I was like, But that was the extent really of the Pride Parade. I mean, we spent most of the time just kind of walking back up to the staging area where we started. But as you can see, Caterpillar. I think that's Caterpillar with the. I mean, CAT Financial. That says
it's them, but then I believe that.
But that is the Caterpillar logo, right?
Like what is that thing? Not an elephant, but the
what?
The excavators.
Yeah, the excavators. Yes. Construction equipment.
Yes.
They feel the need to be involved in Pride.
For what?
A company that makes construction equipment. Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, a lot of lesbians in construction. So
true.
IDG on the street. That's it. And we just wanted to talk to you. Basically, I wanted to show the evidence for me wanting to. I really wanted to fight that guy. I just wanted to fight him. I just really wanted to fight him. No, it's because you don't make threats against the camera guy for just standing there. Like that was a little bit. If it was a little bit out of line.
If it was a credible threat, which his threat was
to break the equipment.
But I guess since I know Adriano and what he could do,
right? Yes,
that's when I was just like,
no, I wasn't so much worried for Adriano. I just wanted to like get involved somehow. But also, I took my gun off before. It was too hot. It was one of the only times that I figured I was like, there are plenty of cops around. I'm just gonna take my gun off. It's too hot. Mm-hmm. It's pressing up against my belly, and I didn't really.
It's hot.
I was wearing my short shorts and my trans shirt
and your camo pack.
And my camo pack, Kilo Tactical, love them. So that's it. Thank you for coming and taking time out of your day, Amir, to
drag me to Pride.
The IDG on the street recap.
I haven't been to Pride since 2011.
Yeah,
but I'll do anything for the fam here at IDG.
Thank you. Wow, we really appreciate that. We really do. Thank you guys for sticking around. We really do appreciate you. Let's have another moment of silence for IDG on the street. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll the theme song one more time. And we'll end on that. Cause we're IDG on the street.